Check it out right there, my friends, is what you call black gold. Yes, sir. You take that composted cow manure, and that is composted about 3 years of composting old gin meal, gin trash. That is some good stuff. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Poorboys Little Homestead. Yesterday, I struck gold, black gold. What you're looking at is about 5 to 8 year old composted gin trash. The gardening guys was looking down on me. I wasn't even looking for that. And a guy called me up, and I had me a dump truck just to deliver me a big load of it. So today, I'm going to be spreading some of this on my garden site, mixed in with some of my aged compost cow manure that if you've seen in one of my recent videos. And then I'm going to take this tiller, we're going to do tilling. This is a Woods 6040 tiller. I'm going to give a little review on it within this video. So stay with me and let's get to work. Guys, the dump truck couldn't get back to my gardening site, so I'm having to piggyback this stuff back there about 200 yards. So it's going to be a little long process, but I'm going to get it all where I want it. Now this is a little gardening spot that I'm starting. This will be the first year to grow on it. So what I did a few weeks ago, I tilled it, and then I put some leaves in it, and I tilled them leaves into the soil. I say a few weeks ago, it's actually been about 2 months ago. And now I'm going to spread some of this composted gin trash on it, and I'm going to spread it out thinly, and then I'm going to till it in. Then I'll decide if I'm going to use any of my composted cow manure. I may just stop there because I don't want to get too much into my soil. And this gin trash is some pretty good stuff to till into your soil. know if you've ever seen any aged compost gin trash before. This is from a cotton gin. Myself, I've never seen none that looks this good. That stuff there has been years of aging piled up in a big pile. And I ain't never bought nothing in a bag. Any compost is as pretty and black as this is. But anyways, I got some spread out there, as y'all can see. But now I'm gonna take my rake behind my tractor here and I'm gonna kind of spread out over my little garden area. This is just one of my little garden areas. I'm gonna spread it out with the rake and then I'll look at it and see if I think I need to add a little more or maybe add some of my composted cow manure to it. So let's get to raking. That there's looking good, looking good. This right here is gonna be my watermelon and cantaloupe patch this year. I'm thinking with this here compost, the soil wasn't that bad to begin with right here on this ridge, but it needed something though. This here cotton gin, trash, a little bit of that cow manure is gonna fix it up. Next, I'm gonna hook back up to my Woods tiller, and I'm gonna try to till it in, but I don't know if it's gonna till in today. The soil's maybe a little too wet, but let's see what happens. All right, guys, I'm hooked to the tiller. Now I'm gonna try to till this in and see if my soil's, I know it's a little on the wet side, but I'm gonna see how good a job I can go on and get some of this tilled in, so it can be amending with my soil. So stay with me and let's get started. Okay guys, we're going to be demonstrating the Woods RTR 6040 tractor tiller. Now this tiller is a reverse tine tiller, meaning it's going to dig deeper. As you're going forward, the tines are turning clockwise, so it's pulling the dirt in front of you. The other tillers, it's being counterclockwise, so as you're going forward, it's pushing more dirt behind you. This is a gear-driven tiller. I Had it for 4 or 5 months. Used it a couple of times. So far, I seem to love it. But today we're going to see it in action. Stay with me. Let's get started. Now what y'all seeing me do here, this spot ain't never been gardened. And I had trees planted out here, and I cut some trees down, so I got some stumps in this. So I'm gonna drive some stakes at each one of these stumps, so I can try to miss them with this tiller. The first pass, I'm just tilling it about 2 to 3 inches deep. Then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna try to do a second pass and cut it in deep if it's dry enough. I don't know how much y'all can tell, but that there's looking pretty good. It was almost too wet, but it was good enough I could get it tilled in. That way it can be composting down some more with the leaves and stuff. I don't think I'm gonna put no compost cow manure mixed in on this. I'm gonna save most of that for my other in-ground gardening and for my raised beds y'all be seeing future videos on. I think this right here is going to be enough on there. Grow some watermelons, cantaloupes. I have a hard time growing anything on the outside of the fence, for deer wants to eat it up. But we're going to give it another shot. Okay, gentlemen. What you see over here in the pile, that's my composted aged cow manure mixed with some of my small compost pile that I'd already had composting for the last several months. But now I got to piggyback the rest of this cotton gin for about 200 yards, and we'll continue my pile. After I get it all brought around here, then when I get ready to use it, I might go ahead and start mixing some of the cotton gin with the composted aged cow manure, so I have another pile that's mixed and ready to go. That way when I start planting in my raised beds and stuff, I'm going to add about a 3-inch layer of that mixture in with my soil that's already in my raised beds. So I'm going to be piggybacking for a little while now. Well guys, our little pile's growing, but we still got a ways to go. The little pea ants hauling fast as they can. One bucket at a time. One bucket at a time. So now guys, I'm going to take some of this aged cow manure and start scooping it out. And I'm going to spread it right out here on the ground, and I'm going to spread some of this aged gin trash with it. Mix it up. And I'm going to have a pile of my compost cow manure. In the middle is going to be my mixture, and on the end be my composted gin trash. I want to go ahead and get me some mixed up. That way I have a good start when I start doing my raised beds planting. I can put me a couple inches on top of them when I start planting with a good mixture. Guys, that right there is what you call a Country Boys compost mixture. It blends it, mixes it right on together. I don't think you could do that good with a shovel. prettiest composting material I think this country boy's ever seen. I know it's the best I've ever had. So that ought to make my raised bed gardening really do some jumping this year. What I'm gonna do now, straighten my piles up, put this that I have mixed in the middle, make it good straight piles. That's what I'm gonna do next. Okay guys, I now have my piles all straightened up. I'll run over that one more time with the tiller. Look how dark it made that soil just putting that little thin layer of composted gin trash in there. Guys, that was 16 cubic yard dump truck that brought that to me. And I already had approximately a 10 yard, 8 yard at the minimum pile of composted dried cow manure mixed with some other composting I already had. But I'm gonna go on the conservative side. After I put what y'all seen me put on this garden, I'm gonna say that's still 20 cubic yards piled up. That's a pretty long pile you got there. Now 20 cubic yards, how many cubic feet? I don't know, I can't do that math in my head that fast, but it's gonna be around, it's gonna be, I'm gonna make it even more conservative than that. Let's just say there's 400 cubic feet right there. And when I was buying compost in bags, I was paying $10 a bag after taxes for a 2 cubic foot bag. So at 200 cubic foot at $10 a bag, that's $2,000 right there. But if you bought the other stuff, I'm going with the $10 a bag using this for math, but I figured this gin trash and this cow manure is gonna be up there as good as some at a higher price compost you can get, around $15. So heck, some of it's close to $20 nowadays. But anyway guys, you'll go back in the previous video where I had my gold find on my composted cow manure there. You'll see I didn't give nothing for that. I just had to go get it, scoop it up with my tractor and put it on my trailer and come back and unload it. And then this 16 cubic yards of this, and this ain't just gin trash, y'all. This has been aged, piled up for 5 to 8 years. But I hate to even tell y'all what I got in that. And I know it's hard. Some of you ain't got no place to get stuff like that. But if you live anywhere near a cotton gin, a lot of times they'll give you that stuff if you'll just go load it and get it away from there. Now it may not be, they may not have no age still piled up, but you can haul it and bring it on and have your pile for next year. Alright, this here is my in-ground garden spot I've had covered up for a couple months now. I got them tubs sitting on there from water in them, keep wind from blowing the plastic away. I'm going to uncover that. I'm going to add some of this black gold on top of that little garden area and till it in. And then I'll have the rest of that mixture when I start planting my raised beds and wick pots. And the little garden spot here, this fall I planted turnip greens and mustard greens, and I had it covered heavy. After we got all we wanted, I run over them with the lawnmower, chopped them up a little bit there. Then I tilled them in. And a couple days later, I put me a little layer of leaves on it and I tilled that in. And now I'm finna put some of this cotton gin trash on there and I'm gonna till that in. Probably gonna put a little bit of this with this cow manure mixed in this. And this ought to raise me some tomatoes, yeah boy. So let's see, I'm finna get to uncover. Alright, up next now, I'm finna bring in some of this black gold and put on my in-ground gardening area inside this fenced in area. I got the plastic removed. So let's get started on that. Okay guys, that there was really too wet to be tilling, but we got rain coming tomorrow and I wanted to get it tilled in so we can start composting some more with them leaves that I'd already had tilled in there. And I tilled them greens under, them turnip greens and mustard greens, had them tilled in. So thanks for watching. If you like these videos, give me a thumbs up. Hit subscribe and the little ring bell there, notification bell. It really helps me out a little bit. Have a good day. God bless.